huge news coming out of Team Renee. This is a Coach Diaries special because your girl is me, was accepted into the New South Wales Rugby League Female Coaching Mentoring Program. Now that is a mouthful, I understand. But for background context, a couple of weeks ago, during our last home game of the season, our club secretary, came up to me and we were just always checking with all of the club officials, the executives, etc., etc. And he came up to me in passing and was like, "Have you heard about this? Coaching mentor coaching program, coaching mentor program?" And I said, "Oh no, I haven't." And he goes, "Well, I'd really like to nominate you." You want to nominate me? You want to nominate me? Now, you might be thinking, or you might be saying, like, don't be stupid. Of course he's going to want to nominate you. And whilst I can have all of the self-belief in the world, and I can have all of the self-efficacy to know that I can deliver on the things that I say I'm going to deliver on, it is so validating. Not to say that I need it, but it is nice when it happens. It is so validating when it is coming from someone externally that says they want to support you, that they want to lift you up. So I was stoked about that. I was so stoked about that. So over the weekend, he sent me the nomination form and said, "Hey, could you complete these couple of sections? And then I will complete the rest on behalf of the club." So it was all pretty stock standard stuff. My details, what my coaching accreditations are, and then some coaching aspirations as well. So you best believe that I put in my most audacious aspirations. Because if you don't, how will you know? How will people know that you're on your way to going somewhere? Now, I recognize and I see the value in putting your head down, not telling anybody, and getting your stuff done. I really do. And for some personalities and some types of people, that might be helpful for you. For me, I ride the wave of, let's get as many people on this dream, on this goal, on this aspiration, and on the path of me getting to this aspiration as I can. Because I myself am just one person. So that equates to one person's belief, one person's drive, one person's capacity to achieve something. But if I then sell the dream to 3 people, that's the collective energies of 3 people now, or 4 people, including myself, striving for this same thing or supporting the same thing. That's 4 times the energy pushing that drive, pushing that goal, pushing that ambition. And yes, you are right. There is always going to be someone that does not wish you to succeed, does not want you to achieve the things that you believe you can. But that's going to happen everywhere. That is going to happen all the time. Someone, somewhere, is going to be in the shadows, or maybe even publicly, telling you that you aren't going to do it, or thinking that you can't do it, and projecting what I believe is the evil eye onto you. But you know what else I believe? I believe that love is stronger than fear. So for me, I will always choose to lean into that. So for me, I will tell people what my aspirations are. I will state what my goals are. And it's not to say that they're delusional or crazy or audacious or ambitious. They absolutely are. But I know that from previous experience, if I have said something that I want to go achieve and I'm committed to that, it's absolutely always happened. So it doesn't really feel as though it's doesn't really feel like it's out of reach. It never feels out of reach. And that's because I've set the intention, I've made the commitment, I've decided to identify as that thing or that type of person. And because I've acknowledged those three things as my foundation, I then can go and take the steps of action to start stepping myself towards that thing. So my aspirations that I wrote down, because the question was asking where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years coaching, or what are your aspirations in 3 to 5 years? And in 3 to 5 years, I see myself in an NRLW or an NRL system coaching in some sort of coaching capacity. And by the end of that time, I'm also involved with the Blues, the State of Origin side, the Sky Blues, or the Blues. I think that the female game and the men's game, there's maybe an invisible ceiling in between both of those. And I will not be withholding myself to say that I just want to strive for one or the other. Why not have the opportunity to break into both? You know what the great thing about having an audacious goal is? The person you strive to become to achieve that goal. So I've just been accepted for this program. It goes for 18 months, and I am so, so stoked because what I've put out into the world in a positive way is what I'm now starting to receive return on. Similar to my post about banking on yourself and the system of what I've used to extend my edges. It's about who you become on the process, on the path, on the way. So join me for the journey, because this coach is looking up. See you on the next installment.